You've heard the saying, knowledge is power, and today we're going to be going over my top 3 book recommendations. Now, before we get into that, you have to understand that books have been a topic of conversation, especially in recent years. You have people and massive influencers like Tai Lopez who dedicate their entire success to reading books.
All right, the guy just said I set a record. I think this is $800 worth of books. 5 bags here at Barnes & Noble.
The world's richest, like Bill Gates, reads 50 books a year. Warren Buffett has said that he reads 500 pages a day. But then you have people like Gary Vee saying, look, I do not read books. It's all about execution. It's all about action, and books won't help with that.
I just don't read books. I've read 3 business books in my life. If you call the Steve Jobs book a business book.
He's saying that, look, no matter how many books you read, how many motivational speeches you watch, no matter who you listen to, if you're not taking action and taking the first step, it all means nothing. Personally, I do not read a book a day, but I try to get in as much reading as possible whenever I have downtime. So I think you have to really take away your own recipe and do what you think is right. Yes, it is all about execution, but especially if you're a novice, you do need knowledge. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Up first, we have this book by Jim Rohn, 12 Pillars. It's a short read, only 120 pages, but it's definitely something I recommend worth reading. Jim Rohn creates a short story in order to teach basic life principles, and it's really, really eye-opening. He touches on everything from goal setting to communication, leadership, and even touches on sales. The story is about someone who's having a hard time but finds someone to mentor him, and he teaches him how to surround himself with good people and really walks him through, step by step, how to create a successful life. It will even cover legacy and what you leave behind. And it's not just for the beginner. It will even cover lifelong learning and how to really develop yourself, mind, body, and soul, not just money. Definitely recommend giving it a read. It's really something that will motivate you. Next up, and these are in no particular order, we have How to Win Friends and Influence People. And you know it must be good when you own 2 copies. This book has been the center and core of learning sales skills for hundreds and hundreds of companies, and to this day is still given out to employees for them to read. Personally, I've read it a few times now, and it's really how I got my start in sales and marketing. Some of the principles may seem old-fashioned, but in all, I think it is truly applicable to today's era. You'll definitely want to read this book more than once and even go underline in it. That's what I did. If you want to truly master the art of sales, influencing, persuasion, communication, relationship building, all of these things are covered in this book. These skills are high income skills that if you have these and hone in on them and develop them over time, you will really be set for life. Does not matter what industry you're in, what niche you're in, old, young, does not matter. If you want to get your start in sales or even take your business to the next level, this is definitely worth a read. Even if you're not in business, this book will show you ideas in life that will really open your mind. The contents are really thought-provoking and really show you a different outlook on life and allows you to see the bigger picture. Next up, you know he had a bit in there, Tony Robbins' Unshakable. This book is really something that got me started in investing and finance. It's actually the first time I ever really heard about the word or even knew anything about the word compound interest. The book allows you to control your finances no matter what you do, where you're at, your salary, how much you make, whether you're a business owner, an employee, no matter what you are in, what your life status is, does not matter. This book will show you how to take control of your finances. It will beg you to look at long-term investing and why that's the key of wealth for so many. There were some people a little bit upset with the book because his larger book, Money, Master the Game, which is about 700 pages, I haven't read it, but from what I've heard, the book takes basically a summary of the core principles in Money, Master the Game and puts it into another book. So if you think 700 pages is a bit of information overload, this book will give you a good summary and take out what you really need to know. It covers mistakes that newbie investors make. It will even cover if you're an employee and you have a 401k. It will show you secrets and reveal you things that the 401k companies do not want you to know. It will cover surviving stock market crashes and how not to shoot yourself in the foot. So if you want to start looking at your personal finance and see how you can improve on it, this book is definitely for you. And how could you go wrong when the mooch, Anthony Scaramucci, makes an appearance in the book?
Or the inheritance side, what part of Donald Trump? Many people in the UK don't understand that.
There's so many things about the
He's
president.
a celebrity.
How about
He's
the
a billionaire.
cheeseburgers? How about the pizza that we're eating?
Everyone eats cheeseburgers and pizzas. What are you talking about?
See, you're coming across a little bit elitist.
So these books have definitely impacted me in all sorts of ways. I definitely recommend reading them. Of course, there's so many more books out there. These are just my personal taste. my top 3 books. So let me know in the comments what your favorite book is. Comment down below what you recommend reading. I hope this will provoke you to gain knowledge, never stop improving. And with that, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that little notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. See you in the next one.